right now, so please check your agenda. And with that, I'm going to introduce our next speaker for a community showcase, and it's going to make you think a little bit differently about the products that you build. Please welcome Ameshe Pogashash, a leadership coach and consultant at this company. My name's fantastic. Namaste and Cabernet. She's going to tell us a story from fashion tech, specifically bra sizing, using it to make a very serious point. We're really excited to hear this. Welcome.
Thank you so much. So picture this. Downtown Budapest, 2015. A good handful of software engineers and researchers and myself are standing in a lingerie boutique, holding push-up bras, looking absolutely shocked. How the heck will they build an algorithm that will recommend the right size for these, whatever these are? None of them had ever worn a bra. But our mission, and my mission as a VP of engineering at this company, was to develop a support for bras in our fit recommendation software as a service. First, I found this story hilarious. I loved it. I loved about it. It was so good to see the awkward faces. But then, it became an enlightening moment for me. The takeaway: you can't build great products for users you don't truly understand. And that is not a diversity talking point. That is basic business. And that's what we are talking about today. I have spent a quarter of a century watching smart people building things for users they don't naturally understand. And as an avid online shopper, I have spent 10 years watching my team struggle with understanding the customer journey. On the photo, actually, you can see me in my pre-Gandalf state, trying some unconditional and unorthodox leadership methods on them. Probably that wasn't a success. As a mindfulness leadership coach, I help my clients grow and live to their own potential. And as a woman in tech, I watch DEI programs rise and fall. But here is the truth. Diversity isn't a program. It is a competitive advantage. And I'm here to show you the why and the how. So we all think we know our users, but in reality, we are building for people like us. Let me show you what I mean. What do you think when you see this number? It's kind of obvious, right? It's the life, the universe, and everything. At least that's the usual answer that I get all the time I'm asking this question. But what if I give you a bit more context? We are talking about fashion, apparel, and shoes. So our backgrounds, our culture, our experiences shape our thought process very heavily. For the girls in the EU, or women in the EU rather, this is most likely a dress size, what they think about when they think about 42. For men in the EU, it's mostly sneakers or trainers, as they say it here. And for men in the US, probably they will think about suits. And honestly, this is the one aspect I always forgot. Always, this was just a second thought. Oh my God, the suits, we always forget the suits. So even though we are familiar with the data, some points are more familiar than the others. And we mistake this familiarity for understanding the user. So why fashion tech? On the surface, it looks simple. It's like a couple of pieces of clothing, maybe shoes. It's easy, no? But then you want to cover a wide range of products. You want to serve thousands of brands, wide demographics, and of course, multiple regions and sizing standards. There are no standards in sizing, I have to tell you. And my team was really struggling with this. For most of the guys, mostly guys, but for most of the guys, these were just numbers, letters, symbols. They didn't really have a meaning of them. They learned it slowly, surely, but really slowly. And whatever your domain is, your domain is like this. Simple on the surface, but the more you know, the more complex they get. And this is why you need a diverse team, even to understand this place, and then build a great product for it. So why we did need this field trip to the lingerie shop? Getting a fitting pair of jeans is already complex, but bras are where the complexity explodes even further. It has a couple of extra spice to the mix. It is a real two-dimensional product. I know for men it's kind of interesting. You usually probably don't wear a bra, but it's a two-dimensional product with two independent dimensions where you have to guess both of them well. And also there is this extra sizing concept, which is called sister sizing, where you can move along the sizes and you can still fit a good, still get a good fitting pair of bra. So the team was really, really struggling to understand the space. So I felt we needed a real-world experience to help them get out of their comfort zones. So that was the field trip. Let's see another example. How many of you shop online? Okay, so probably you will understand the list a little bit. So we see in the logs that at one day, a shopper came in, checked out 25 products, added 5 to the cart, and then they abandoned the whole site, and then that's it. Okay, that's probably normal. They were just at window shopping. And then they come back a week later and check out 10 additional products, add 3 of them to a cart. You also have the ones from the previous session still there. Remove 6 of them, and then order 2 items. If you are a product developer whose goal is to build a tool that helps with conversion, then you must understand what happened here. And then basically what's happening is that you are asking hundreds of questions. And if you know the domain well, if you are living it, if you know how the users react in situations, then these thought trains are like the TGV. If not, they are steam locomotives at best. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with this drawing. This is the I need a pair of jeans mall quest. Most of the guys will take the blue route, and most of the girls will take the pink route. And my point here is that both of these approaches are valid. They are vastly different, of course, but those are valid. And if your product only covers one of the use cases, then you are leaving money on the table. You are missing opportunities. So what I wanted to help you understand here is that in order to understand the domain, in order to understand what you are building for, you need to feel it. You need to live it. There are a bunch of tools you can use here. My favorite ones is to drink your own Kool-Aid. Oh, I'm sorry, champagne. And also the other one is, which I really liked when in practice, is that either rotate engineers with customer support, which can be a little bit out of comfort zone for them, maybe panic zone, but even to let them observe how customer support works, spend a day together, or just like have them in-house for a couple of hours. That will help a lot for them to understand. For the engineers, it's mostly like, again, numbers, letters, symbols, whatnot. But you really have to make sure they do feel there are real users behind this whole thing. It's not just software. So again, there are a bunch of tools here that you can use, but you don't need to do all of them. Just pick one. That one done right will beat the all 5 done badly. So diversity is good. I hope you understand and hope you feel and hope you are with me here. Oh yes, it is good. But let's be honest about why it is also hard. So research clearly shows, there is a lot of research on that already, that there are difficulties that are coming with diverse teams. So trust and cooperation is not coming from itself. The human brain is built in a way that we feel well, safe, and productive when surrounded by like-minded people. We all love galloping into the sunset. And the diversity is just the contrary of this. Research clearly shows that trust is cooperation is not coming from itself. Your stereotypes, your biases, and your blind spots are working against you here. And active inclusion is also a hard thing to do. So if you put a token diversity member in the team, that definitely won't help you. You have to ensure that they are included in all the decisions and all the discussions. And this all comes with a higher operational and communication cost. So, but there are antidotes you can do. I don't want to go into all of them here, but I wanted to give you an example, which I did in my VP of Engineering time. Again, as I mentioned, there were a lot of guys in the room, so I was always the one who was the avid online shopper, who knew what's happening here. So I pushed myself consciously to ask the dumb questions. There are no dumb questions, of course, but I always asked, does the solution what we are thinking of please both US and EU customers? Does it serve the luxury Gucci and the everyday Walmart? And maybe break another important feature? By this, I ensured that a diverse point is always included into the decision. When the guys were thinking about the solution, it was so easy for them to go on their thought passes and then just like go, go, go. And that was the point when I always interjected that, wait, 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 before you run. Figure out if this is the way you want to go. So I thought I couldn't give you a talk without AI on a conference in 2026. So let me give you a little bit of an AI story. That's a fairly modern example of our blind spots in action when AI inherits our biases. In 2024, when I first prepared to talk about the bra sizing, and that was on the Women in Data Science conference in Hungary, I decided to build my own illustration using AI. What could go wrong? Here is how it went. So first, Tanger AI, that was the tool that was free at that point. So I said, okay, let's see what it comes with. I entered my extremely simple prompt. Bear with me, this is 2024, so my prompt today would look like a little bit different. But I entered it, and here is what it came with. No, I don't remember having Victoria's Secret girls there, definitely. So yeah, okay, I'm good. I know prompt, it has to be detailed. You have to tell what it needs to do. So I enhanced it a little bit that everyone is dressed in office casual. Still not perfect. I will spare you the details with all the unsuccessful runs here. But finally, I gave up. Whenever this was about bras, it was like always half-naked girls there. So I switched tools. Bing. It was told to be the politically correct tool. So I added my nice prompt here, and then let's hope for the best. Well, I don't remember anything unsafe happening there either, so something might have been wrong. So I fighted a little bit, and then finally I came up with a prompt that was like almost good. It's almost good, but look how the guys are wearing the bras. It's funny, huh? And then I figured that whenever I put women on the picture, there will be always some half-naked girls, so that's not good. So finally I said, it's all men. I'm not even there, but anyways. So this was the image I came up with in the end, and I said, this is good enough for my purposes, again, 2024. Last year, I did a rerun, and it said, unsafe content, same prompt. So what happened here? The AI wasn't wrong, but the training data was. And both teams missed to detect this early enough. The two tools gave different options on how to solve this. Tanger AI said, whatever, just show the image, it's okay, no? Bing said, oh no, let's not do any harm, so maybe we should limit the abilities of the system. And in either cases, They are losing opportunities here. My question is, do you have such biases and blind spots in your product? Because clearly, this is a blind spot in action when you did not notice what the training data does. You and your organization are training your internal AI every day by whom you hire, who you promote, and who you listen to. This means blind spots like this will cost you real money. Your biases are real and there, and diversity is indeed difficult, but one size never fits all. And I know DEI is not trendy anymore, but I don't care about trends. I care about good decision making, and I care about results. And the results are clear. Diverse teams build better products. So answer these questions. Who is missing from your table? What perspective are you blind to? And what will you do about it tomorrow? In your next meeting, whose voice will you actively pull in? Bra field trip for a fintech CEO, love it. I mean, it's obviously, for me, I think it's like either the drink your own Kool-Aid thing. So try to use your product if it's possible for you, if you are a great customer for that. If not, then talk to customers, and talk to customers. They will give you like gold. You just have to synthesize it. The more you talk to them, the more information you have, and then you can basically synthesize what's the best for you. My team's takeaway from the trip, except for that push-up bras are fake, I don't think they consciously had a takeaway from it. They found it a funny story. They liked it, actually. I mean, it really brought them a little bit closer to the product itself, but I don't think it's in the, again, it's 2015, so at that point, engineers were engineers. Researchers were researchers. So there was like really strict role definition between them. And then I think we already heard that today, and it's everywhere that you need to have product engineers. So you have to open your team's eyes that they won't get away with this narrow field of knowledge, what they had before, and that was always enough. I just write code, right? I think what they have to do is they have to do more of this, and you can educate them why this is important. I mean, with AI, they will definitely see that coming. Have I seen a case where a company could actually quantify without a blind spot cost them? And what number exchange? I have seen it not really quantified, but almost quantified. The blind spots are tricky because they always give you this, I know this better, right? Everyone else is stupid. I'm just the helicopter here. And whenever you are again and again facing with consequences of this blind spot, you might notice them. So I think it's more the turning point, what can break your cognitive defense and then tell you that, oh my God, I might have a blind spot here. I think it's more important, and then you can actually see how many deals you have lost there. I mean, I have seen that, like for example, in our previous product, we had limitations, and we did lose customers there, 2 or 3 per year, which is in a B2B business can be tricky. Diverse teams make better decisions is not new. Why do people continue to ignore this? Because diversity is hard. It's difficult. It's not comfortable. You have to force yourself.